My name is Richard King. I work for the U.S. Department of Energy, and I'm the director of the Solar Decathlon.
And what is the Solar Decathlon?
The Solar Decathlon is an exciting competition that challenges university schools of architecture and engineering to work together to design from the ground up a solar-powered house. And they compete in 10 separate contests, from architecture to heating and cooling in a house, in 10 different ways, hence the decathlon, 10 contests within one overarching contest.
Can you name some of those 10 categories?
Yes, the 10 contests in the Solar Decathlon start with architecture and market viability. They're judged by architects and then builders and real estate agents. They're also judged for good engineering throughout the house, systems engineering, and then communications. Each team needs to get communicated across their ideas and principles to the general public. And then there are 6 measured contests: heating and cooling, hot water, lighting, appliances, and energy balance, which is keeping your meter at a zero net at the end of the contest, that they're not using anything other than solar energy. And then the last contest is driving an electric car. So you're not only powering your entire house with solar energy, you have to charge up an electric vehicle, and the team that gets the most miles on an electric vehicle wins contest 10.
What do you think are the key developments that have begun to allow solar designs in residential use?
Well, certainly one of the things we're doing in the Solar Decathlon is getting the architects involved. A lot of people still think putting these devices up on your rooftop do not look good. And we're challenging the architects to try to design very aesthetically beautiful houses with these solar systems. They're also becoming much more reliable, so that your system on your house will work and is warranted for 10 to 20 years now. And those are key developments in making solar more sellable to the general public.
Does designing an efficient solar house require a totally new approach to new construction, or is it just a minor adjustment to the way designers have to think?
In some cases, it's a minor adjustment. Solar companies are making products that can attach to the roof in very simple ways that are aesthetic. They're also trying to develop solar photovoltaic systems that are laminated to a shingle or a roofing tile of some kind, so that it blends right in. It looks like a roofing product itself. So those are very simple ways. Sometimes to retrofit a house, someone who's got an existing house, and you need to put a solar system up there to get it in the right orientation, it can prove to be quite difficult and not so pleasing, because they've got to jut up someplace on a roof. But our goal is to get all new houses designed so that these systems can go on the roof very easily, with very little cost and in a very aesthetic way.
Is the U.S. lagging behind other countries in the development of solar energy, and what's happening to push the technology out to the consumer?
Well, the United States is a leader in technology. We've done a lot of research and development, especially through the Department of Energy, over the past couple decades, to develop solar technologies to the point where they are very cost effective and very reliable and very robust. Where some of the other countries are kind of leading us into the commercialization area is because they have very strong incentives. Germany, for instance, has a feed-in tariff that will give owners 45 cents a kilowatt hour for their electricity. In essence, the utility is buying electricity from the homeowner if you put it on your rooftop at 45 cents. So that you can actually make money, and you get a check in the mail every month. Japan has historically had very good incentives. So there the market is expanding very rapidly, and they're selling it as fast as they can. In the United States, The federal government does give $2,000 a tax credit for systems up to $2,000. And then there are some states, you know, like California, New York, New Jersey, or some leaders, Massachusetts, who have good state incentives. So they're helping to buy down that high upfront cost of solar systems. So we're doing the best we can, but in some ways we're a little behind other countries in commercialization.
Is the power grid ready for a huge increase in solar energy production?
Yeah, I think it's very resilient, the grid out there. And when you put solar systems on houses, you can feed back into the grid. Now, the question remains, though, that's kind of undetermined, is if you start getting thousands of solar systems out on the grid, what that will do. We're studying it very hard, but until we have thousands of them out there, it'll still be a little uncertain at what it will do.
I understand the Solar Decathlon is expanding to Europe now. Can you talk about that?
We're very excited about seeing the Europeans hold a Solar Decathlon. The University of Madrid has participated in our U.S. Solar Decathlon for the past two events, 2005 and 2007. And they were so enamored by it, and they got such great media attention back in their country of Spain that they got together and thought, well, let's hold a Solar Decathlon in Europe. And so they came and asked us. We licensed them the name. We're going to give them the rules, and they're going to hold in 2010, the spring of 2010, a Solar Decathlon in Madrid, Spain.